Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking boats today and outboard engines specifically. And in the event that you have a RPM runaway at a high RPM, basically, in other words, you're out cruising in the boat at a high RPM and all of a sudden it starts slowing down and comes to a stop, but your RPMs are way up and screaming, that's not good. We need to figure out why it's doing that. And we're going to talk about that. Let's take a look.
In front of us now are two propellers off a 40 horsepower, 3-cylinder, 2-stroke Mariner outboard, aka Mercury outboard. And on the left hand side is the old one, just removed a little bit ago. Video link number 1 down below in the comments and description will be the steps on how to properly and safely remove a propeller. Video number 2 will be on how to install a brand new one and properly grease your propeller shaft and add the Loctite to the lock nut. Very important steps. However, on the right hand side, although it doesn't look brand new, it has been in storage for quite some time. It is a overhauled propeller, and the inner bushing is overhauled and newly installed and to spec during the testing phase. And what we ran into with the old prop, unfortunately the inner bushing began to spin at high RPM. In other words, we're out driving the boat and we've got full open and traveling pretty fast. And all of a sudden the RPM will aggressively run away and get high and the boat will slow down. And what was happening, unfortunately, that inner bushing connected to the propeller shaft splines on the lower unit began to free spin inside the propeller casing and the boat would slow down. Next, I turn the propellers to the back side so we can see the inner portion that goes onto the propeller shaft and mates with the bearing carrier. And coming into the old insert, as you see the internal bushing, that smaller circle with the spline inside, that can begin to free spin if your propeller is installed way too long. And there is the brand new overhauled part, or the insert and bushing with the internal splines, as you see. And again, this one's been in storage for many years, but not used since the overhaul. Time to install it. So again, I wanted to film this video separately from the others, explaining why our RPM was basically running away at high RPM or throttle settings, and the boat would begin to slow down. However, the engine RPM would not. Long story short, the propeller shaft was free spinning because that inner bushing was, well, free spinning. The inner bushing was doing exactly what it was supposed to and designed to do: loop on and secure to the splines of the propeller shaft and spin. However, once it separates, it unfortunately free spin inside and the propeller will, well, not go with it.